Hi, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright. It's Turning Trials and Tribulations. I'm Lead Defense 64D. We just had a shocking revelation of, Morgan Fay had 3 daughters. 1 Pearl. Also, yeah, here she is. She had 3 daughters. Iris, apparently. Pearls, and a 3rd one. Who's Iris' twin. Father was a jeweler, so maybe we could use that somewhere later down the line. Right now, I want to go check out the courtyard. It sounds like someone's happy. What tune is it that they're humming? Motive, no crime, no motive, no crime. Be with me, no motive, no crime. I met when we used to search in the Charlie room of Coraine. Oh, I love my job. Who gives the clues I find them no good? That's not what investigating's all about. Investigator investigates with love investigating! It's passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost. Along the way... I never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. Made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I'd find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? The barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. Look like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? Gumshoe? A couple questions. So how's the investigation going, detective? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal. But I guess it can't hurt. Well, it looks like the murder took place near Temple Garden. They're taking the bloody rioting and lanterns back pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't know the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in the sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me, I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Who said it? Mr. Cadeau. Cadeau? What did he mean by that? Anyway, about the letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm just busting the gut here trying to find a murder weapon. All I find is some burnt up old letter. Burnt up old letter? Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the inner temple. The incinerator? I knew it. I knew it wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look at it. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums? This is completely irrelevant! It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. Gotta give it a good look and over and some serious thoughts. Make sure you check it in the trash when you're done. Looting's a crime, pal. Yeah, whatever. Map. Careful. Once night falls, there should be. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel your spirit, leave everything up to her. Her name is... She was our ally, the whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it, you channel, you know what you can do. Once this burned, also make not till anyone the lover. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. That sounds familiar. Huh. Okay. That was weird. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shijishito that we found impaled to the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yeah, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, man, is it a tiring work. Let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got feathers and forensics to the cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? What secret weapon? What's the secret weapon of yours? You wanna know? You gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. Her weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. He deserves his day. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector! Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing on for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help him? Nah. Let's play forensic expert. He can use a break. Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you. Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. So it's not sensitive, it would make you cry. It's so high-tech, you can skydive off it. Oh, bother. So, now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. There's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, touch the detector and take a real good look around the courtyard with it, pal. When it hits something metallic, the check gauge will flash. And when that happens, touch the gauge to really give an area a good hard stare. The thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight too. Take a good look at anything and everything you find that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright. Ladder. Look, a ladder! Has a step ladder? What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal. Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects. I've had plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest detail. Vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing. No, they're not. They're completely different. You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you can miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal. The last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me. They are different whatever. What's this? Hey, I found a $1 coin. Huh? Money! If you find money, you have to turn it into police or detective. If the order doesn't come forward within 6 months, you get to keep 10%. The other 90% goes to the police department. Don't get so close to me, detective. Give me some space, will ya? Here's the coin. Happy? I definitely made the right short decision becoming a detective. Yikes. Talk about a serious case of denial. Alright. What's here? Looks like a wallet? Ha! That's where it's been! Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyways. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal! The wallet is completely empty. I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? It was because of the bell, I guess. Someone give this man a break, a buffet. Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here. Don't touch that, pal! Huh? What was it? It's a trap. People set them out to catch detectives. Real nasty. A trap? For detectives. You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg? Yeah! Those! Got my finger caught in one of those once. Your finger? There was just a bit of cheese and it looked so tasty, I reached out and then... BAM! I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. It's a... This is Miss Donum's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector's reacting to it. Yeah, but how you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal you can't see it? It's weird the thing's causing a racket. Yeah, let me take a look at it. Hey! Hands off! Examining evidence is a job of the... Ah! Top's coming off! Well, look what you've done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence. Ah! That's a sword. Inside the staff. Is this... Could it be... the murder weapon? I never guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. I call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about this hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. That I guess is in the murder weapon then, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course! This thing's definitely a murder weapon! Great job, pal! Same length as the Shishito, too. Must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over the forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if the most of it's been wiped off. See you later, pal. This case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hold it! Wait up, detective! Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're gonna go get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? What are you talking about, pal? Please! Just until we find Maya. Maya? What does it got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh. How so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think? Maya's been... no, please, detective! Let's just wait until we get inside of the sacred cavern! You're looking kind of viridian there. Okay, just stop with the face, pal. One thing, though. The staff secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we both knew about it, it didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. It's just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of the mountain that makes some really good pasta. How about I take you there when we find Maya? Huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. Thanks, Gumshoe. I can't help but wonder, though. What was at least Donum doing with a staff like this in the first place? Well. Now that we have that out of the way, I guess I know who to confront now. I believe I should have enough testimony. Enough evidence. I want to check. Anything else in that incinerator? Something strange about this incinerator. I'm sure there was snow on it the first time I saw it. That and the door's open. Someone's been burning something, and that's for sure. Shame there isn't a trace of what there was left in it. Beyond the letters, that's all we've got. Under the garden. Edgeworth? Wrong button. Again, wrong button. Just boop. Use the screen. Alright, what's what do I want to do? I want to present a person. No, present. I feel this is the one I need to present. Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Just Bikini told me. But the problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a twin sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I think. A jeweler?! Right, I might have just know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Isn't that right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. I just need answers. It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Fallis, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who knows something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Fallis conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Fallis died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? There's no need. Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about this? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne's dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? I only just discovered this, Wright, but I never knew about the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia... It's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been 6 years since that guilty verdict was handed down. And her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? and for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Courtyard channeling technique. Did you just say Courtyard channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected to the fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and a master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Courtyard channeling technique is real. But until then, I've got to make do with this. I have to talk to someone. I may just have enough. I think I need to talk to Iris. Nope. Buttons. I'm so great at buttons. I'm the best at video games. Take that! I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing that night. You said you were in your room on Hazard Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else the night of the murder. And that should be... if I recall correct, hold on. To be perfectly honest, it has been a long time since I actually got there. It should be Bikini if I'm right. Do a guess. It should be Bikini. And I'm not gonna lie, it has been an awfully long time since the start of this case and this part in the case. So I'm gonna guess Bikini! I'm talking about Sis Bikini, of course. Thank you, bluffing. Sis Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in her temple, but... well, as you can see, my back lag stacked up, violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte, and returned to Hazard Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were the one at your temple on the night of the murder! You were there! That's... very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start at 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left around 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris. The lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with... this! You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen in the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Mr. Wright. We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far I managed to prove 2 things. The first, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell of Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy! Who could that be? How could that be? There's only one of me! That's impossible! Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there was more than one of me. Your sister! I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you who was there at the temple the night of the murder? It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne! But how? You just said yourself a second ago! My sister's dead! Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is the channeling dojo, training ground for the Korean channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it! And that's a secret you've been trying to hide from me! Oh! Tell me the truth. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the Inner Temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, that other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The Iris in this bikini saw the Inner Temple the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? Because I must get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. Betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What's she talking about? Betrayed her? You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? On the fake kidnapping that took place there at Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That's what the start of it all. It twisted her entire destiny. Everything. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Iris? It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing. What? But I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Like, why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from her own father. It's awful. I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Huh? It was revenge. On our father. Revenge? What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and he sent her to hell. Our mother? You're talking about Morgan Fay. Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that in the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over the master of Courtyard. That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Courtyard tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and there was no reason to stay there. And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple? Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter. Valerie. I had no place in this new family, you see. Oh. And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her, and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I've asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back from the history of the Fay clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began relations with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts. I see. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright! There's still much to investigate. Leave the locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise. Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. Just one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psychic Lock. That last question especially told me something. Pearls are an important question. Look at that! They really did make a fire right in the middle of the shack. Right in front of the shack. Huh. Mr. Nick! You're too late, Nick. You gave me a bowl of potatoes, I already polished them all off. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out where Pearls is hiding. Any new talks? Nope. Take that! Finally here. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donald's room, reading a book together, correct? Yes! I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end. You didn't go? No, it was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with it myself. I was so nervous. So Pearls never went to Miss Donald's room. Because she was too worried about something with someone else. Pearls, on the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? Went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm going to take a guess. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? You mean you know? If I'm right, you'll tell me the whole truth? Okay. We went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. I feel I'm jumping the gun when I present this. Because it's either her mother or this burnt letter. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. Maybe she was just worried about Maya. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? Huh. You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. That's why she was so antsy and nervous. Sign up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame it on me if you become one of those who channel. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? Because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing in the inner temple. And we're clear that now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed to the inner temple? It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow. I didn't get there until 10 o'clock. Until after 10? How'd you know what time it was? So I heard the bell ringing for lights out. You heard the lights out bell? Hazakura Temple, the bell is pretty small though, isn't it? Must have been really good hearing. I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. It would be terrible. Just trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell? Huh? Oh, I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell is because of this. I do believe it specifically mentions as soon as you hear the lights out bell. You were given some instructions to follow that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper? Ah! What? Where'd you... In the incinerator of the inner temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions of this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing! These instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? No! As you can see, a large portion has been burned. But the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note, and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls be trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Dahlia. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That's the name that was on the letter. Just I suspected. It wasn't Iris who Sister Bikini met in the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading these instructions. I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have had quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? It was your mother! Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your mother who asked you, that's why. How did you? I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls, it's time you started telling me the truth. Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't listen to me just because I'm a child. Huh? If you're trying to say I follow these instructions, I'd like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One thing that should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you. I knew it! However, I do know that whosoever did it was a child. Huh? How do you know that? It could have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. A simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought you were confidently following the instructions you've been given. But you misunderstood some of the words. And this is the evidence that proves it. This silly banner, right here. Take that! It was you who splattered Graven in the hanging scroll, wasn't it? Huh? What? Why would I do something like that? Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely or roast among others, right? How'd you know that? Remember the conversation you had with Miss Donham the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to! I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise? For example, how would you read this? It says gravely. It's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Donham taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food. That's what you did. That's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy for the night's pot roast. To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea. Just a tiny bit. I really am useless. I didn't even manage to burn the letter properly as my mother asked of me. Such a simple thing and I couldn't even do it right. Got it. Tell me. After dinner that night, I did go back to the inner temple. With a pot full of leftover gravy. The gravy? I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master Grain, like it said in the letter. I see. And then? Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went in the inner temple guest area. The guest area? Yeah, I thought I could wait there until the training was over. Why didn't you just go to the training hall? Because Mystic Maya's main training's already started. I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where it was and prayed for her to get through it. But then, Pearls, did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I couldn't help it. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. The Pearl? Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway. And you found yourself trapped in the inner temple? Yeah. I woke up, it was morning. Tried not to cry, but Dusty Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone left me because I overslept. Threw the letter in the incinerator, then I heated up a leftover gravy and left off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while he cried. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. Who knows? I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial as her experience, Larry. Please do not. It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring. So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit? No. I tried, but I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it? I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it. Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. Larry, shut up. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yeah, I don't know what to do. Is there any more explanation as to why you couldn't channel spirit? I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. Could you please tell me what it is, anyway? It could happen if someone else is already channeling the same spirit. Someone else? What do you mean? Well, there's only one of each spirit, right? Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if you're already taken. Shut up, Larry. That would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. What a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Please. Mother's going to a place called the penitentiary. Yeah, I know, Pearls. I visit her every month. And last month she told me, the time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It is for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where this letter's hidden. My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much. Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right? Shut up, Larry. So it was a good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so I had to be good for her too. Wait, isn't it Mr. Nick? I guess so, yeah. There's a picture of their letter, too. A picture? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time... Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff. There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as someone had already opened it once before. Sure, it's very strange. Shut up, Larry. Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. Very welcome! Well, there's watching over us. So I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright. If it's a challenge she wants, it's a challenge she'll get! Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Huh. Finally figured it out, have you, Wright? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot! Why you... The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess she's talking about Iris and the lock-picking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because my Faye isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about! How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Wright. Just like it was your job to protect me and Faye. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on! What did I just say, Wright? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all. Mr. Nick? Is what that man just said true? Maybe you're right, perhaps. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow. Yeah, that's right! I know I could trust you, Mr. Nick. My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now you are to take the place of the head of the Fae clan. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. You did it. We go. It looks like we have all the evidence we're gonna get. Now all we gotta do is figure out what's going on. Or at least how to bring it up in court. Well, we're just gonna have to see what Godot has up his sleeves. Let's play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. See you next time. We finally go to court. Take care.